Alrighty, folks, we're going to do the falling dot assignment. So we'll click right here and first put your name up top. Well, first get this file out of the Google Classroom and open it up. And then if you have to, do a save as, and then let's do day 97 falling dot and then your name. Don't put my name there, put your name there. Okay, now let's flash it, make sure it works. You got a dot falling down in the middle column. And then if you got to open up the instructions and look at the instructions. Step 1, rewrite this code so we use a for loop instead of 5 blocks of code. So let's look at these 5 blocks of code. What are they doing? They are turning on the light at 2:0, turning it on, waiting a quarter second, and then turning it off. And then they're doing 2:1 and 2:2 and 2:3. This is a perfect thing for a for loop. For loop can do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get rid of all this code. So I'm going to delete all that. And let's do a for loop right here. For R for row in range 5. That gives us from 0 to 5, 0 to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to tab that in. I'm going to make that an R. That's the part that changes. We were always going to be in column 2. And let's save and flash, and it should look exactly the same, but we're using 1/5 the code. So yeah, that's working great. That's step 1. Step 2, change the code so the dot slowly goes faster and faster over time, never going faster than a sleep of 250 milliseconds. So to do that, we got to make a variable outside of the loop. Speed equals, I'm going to start it at 250, and then we're going to put speed here instead of 250. And then every time we go through this loop, I'm going to say speed equals speed minus, 20. And then I'm going to add a check. If speed is less than 50, then speed is equal to 50. So that takes care of my instructions. Step 2, let's make sure it works. When we flash it, it slowly goes faster and faster and faster, but then it doesn't ever just get so fast that it's invisible. Okay, so we did step 2 of the instructions. So go back and look at the instructions again. That says change the code so if you press the A button, the falling dot moves 1 column to the left and goes back to the starting speed again. Again, automatically speeding up. So then also to add code so that it doesn't crash if you try to move past the far left. So to do this, instead of having this be a hard-coded 2, we're going to do C for column and make C equal to 2. And then we're going to change that to C right here and here. So let's make sure our code still works. Should just be the same. Yeah, it's working fine. Okay, and so then I think right here, let's do if button A was pressed, don't forget the parentheses, then we're going to say C equals C minus 1. We're moving 1 to the left. And we have to make sure it doesn't go to 0, go past 0. Like if you tried -1, then you'd crash. So we're going to say if C is less than 0, C is equal to 0. So that's just hard coding it. I'm going to tidy it up so everything looks nice. Save. But what this will do now, if you press the A button, your thing will move to the left. And again, I'm pressing it. And then if you press it, oh, it crashed. Oh, you know what it is? It's if it's less than 1. No. C equals C minus 1. See, why did it crash still? I'll figure it out. It's crashing line 14. Value error. So let's see. If button A was pressed, we're subtracting 1. That's great. But then we're checking, hey, if C is less than 0, then we're making it 0. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm thinking. Oh. No. let me rewrite this. If C is greater than 0, then we do the subtraction. That's just only doing the subtraction if we're allowed to. So if it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, then we're taking 1 off. I don't think that'll make any difference. But, sorry, I've worked this all out, but I'm doing it slightly differently than I did before. Okay, well, for whatever reason, this works and the other one didn't. So we're just making sure to only subtract 1 if it's not already 0. Okay, so that's step 3. And now step 4, change the code. So if you press button B, the following dot moves to the other thing I was supposed to do was set the speed back. So speed equals 250. So do that. That's also part of the button A is pressed. So it slows down again, but then it'll keep, speeding up. All right, so let's copy this whole button A thing. I'm going to copy it and then press Control V twice. And I'm going to change this to B. If button B was pressed, then we're going to do this. If C is less than 4, then we're going to add 1. I'm going to tidy it up. Looks good. Save. Flash. So now I'm going to press B, and it moves 1 column to the right. And again, and if I keep pressing B, it does not crash. And if I press A, it goes back. Sweet. Okay, so that's step 4. Now we're going to step 5. Add code to count how many times the bottom center LED gets turned on and off. That's column 2, row 4. So I'm going to do count equals 0. And we're going to be in here. Let's say count equals count plus 1. If count is greater than 9, then count equals 9. That's just 9 is, we're just trying to count how many times it got lit up to 9. And then we're going to light up that spot. So pick, set, pixel, column, row, and then count. We're using count to light up that spot. It's okay if you did 2 and 4, and we're lighting it up to however many times it's been hit. If it was 0, it'll be out, and then once it got hit once, it'll be 1 time, and then it'll slowly get brighter and brighter and brighter. So I'm going to flash this, and then what you'll see is that bottom pixel slowly lights up every time the dot falls. The little light gets brighter until it gets to full count, and then it. So that's step 5. And then step 6, add code that implements the bottom dot count for the other 4 columns. So I did it using a list instead of just a single variable. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to make a list with 5 zeros in it. Okay, this is for the far left column, the next column, the middle column, and so on. And then we can, instead of just doing count equals count plus 1, we can say count at column C equals count at column C plus 1. And if count at column C is greater than 9, then count at column C is 9. And then we're going to use column and row, and then count at column C. So that literally will light up the bottom. I think that's it, but let's make sure. I mean, we're not done with the whole assignment, but it's going to slowly light up the bottom. Oh yeah, that's a problem. I was doing all the different rows. We're only doing row 4, and I think this has to not be inside of the for loop because it just lit up instantly. Yeah, that was a bit of a problem. So let's flash again. So now it only lights up. Okay, now I'm going to go press the A button, and now it's lighting up the bottom of the A column. I'm pressing the A button again. It lights up that other column. I press the B button. Yep, so it's lighting up all the columns. So we're almost there. And then now the last thing is add code to stop the falling drop and put up an image or a short animation if you get all the bottom dots to be power 9 and then stay there. I said stay there forever, but I mean, it's okay if you just stay there for, let's stay there for 10 seconds. It's fine. We could go forever. I'm fine going forever. But, so how do we do that? Well, when all the bottom lights are lit, these will all be 9. And there's an easy to use function. If sum of count equals 45, that's 5 times 9 is 45. So I mean, if they're all 9, then display.show, I'm going to do image happy, and while true, display, well, I'm going to just forever sleep 1 millisecond. Forever. Okay, so that shows the happy face forever. We'll flash it and we'll test it. Uh-oh, I did something wrong. Line 30. If some count, oh, look, you need 2 equal signs there. We'll do better this time. So we're testing it. I got the middle column. I'm going to press A, the far left column. I mean, the next column to the left, and then the far left column. Okay, and then I'm going to press the B button. I'm in the 4th column and the 5th column. And then as soon as it's 9, I got a happy face forever. So I'd like you to call me over to show me when you're done. And I have an extra credit option here. Add something else totally cool that enhances the experience. You could change all the dots after you fill up to go from left to right. You could fill up the whole array like a glass of water. I don't know. There's all kinds of things you could do if you want to have some fun with this. But that's the basic assignment.